They go play action here on first down. The left side completion to Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They've got good play. Their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
319!
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. 58.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
319.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Eric Kendricks leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Working from the gun. Rodgers forced out to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Everson Griffin in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Box it. Switch. Snap. Run.
Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Robinson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Cook pushing through the contact. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Weil, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken in at the 22. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay 1st. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Packer pressure, and down he goes. C.J. Wilson in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. On 1st down, Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Rhino! Go ahead.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's going to float this over them into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go, come on.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Vikings. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Going for the deep ball. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Rodgers now still just the 1 incompletion. 16 of 17. It's 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
Oko, over here.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
And sometimes pride wins, doesn't it? Because, yes, they're getting steamrolled here right now. They're down big, and they're going to try a fake field goal against them. Yeah, I'm not supposed to root, but good for them for stopping that one and showing that they haven't given up on this game.
Yeah, I just can't believe, though, that they tried to fake with this wide of a margin up that big. But like you said, kudos to the D.
Yeah, if the blood wasn't bad before,
it is now.
It might have started that way now.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Cousins, and he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Let's go, come on.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
18.
Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
That's fine. Yeah. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Everson Griffin getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A toss to Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Gun. Here we go.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Again, it's Jones. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A give to Jones. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Rodgers throwing here. This will be caught at about the 5. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's Rodgers. On the move to his left. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And now out comes Minnesota. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach?